Drinking water against wildfires.
Fox 12 Investigates has a behind-the-scenes look at improvements that the Portland Water Bureau is making to make sure that the water supply stays safe from fire-related contaminants for nearly 1 million people every day.
Investigative reporter Adrian Thomas joins us now live with that story. Good morning, Adrian.
Shauna, Joe, good morning. So with the effects of wildfires on urban communities at the top of mind after those devastating fires we saw in Los Angeles last month, we wanted to take a look at possible preparations and vulnerabilities here in the Portland metro area. Portland's water supply comes from the Bull Run watershed, an area that's off limits to the general public, but a heavily forested area that's prone to wildfires. Right now, a unique project is underway to keep this vital water supply safe in a worst-case scenario. In August 2023, the lightning-caused Camp Creek fire burned about 2,000 acres in the Bull Run watershed northeast of Sandy. While there was some concern, the water that supplies drinking water for 1 million people remains safe throughout. But a reminder of the fire still exists with this burn scar, seen right along the shoreline of the Bull Run Reservoir.
All of that water is being stored behind the dam.
Mac Gifford is a water quality engineer with the Portland Water Bureau and is in charge of the development of a new filtration system being built to clean water that may be tainted by even the most harsh contaminants from natural disasters, such as landslides or ash from fires.
We worry about wildfire in forested areas that serve as watersheds for a number of reasons. It can really have a lot of impacts on the drinking water quality. As we stand here, we can see kind of the burn area from the Camp Creek fire. It got within 2 miles of our critical drinking water infrastructure here. It can make water sources be more variable and instead of the consistency that we're used to in the city of Portland. The industry knows that all that ash and sediment that's now burned can flush down into the reservoirs and the streams.
For the last several years, Gifford and his team have been working on the Bull Run water filtration project. Initially approved by Portland City Council in 2017, the Water Bureau is currently building the final filtration facility, but also testing different approaches to water filtration here at its pilot facility to see which filtration systems are most effective.
This is a prototype demonstration scale treatment processes that we're using to inform the design and operation of the full-scale Bull Run filtration facility. So in here we have the same steps, the same treatment processes, just on a smaller scale. We've been operating the pilot for about 5 years now. So this is measuring the cloudiness of the water.
Despite the filtration pilot project being 1/5,000th the size of the site under construction nearby, once we're taken inside, it's easy to see just how massive an operation like this will be to keep Portland's drinking water clean.
So this step in the treatment process is called flocculation and sedimentation. And what we're looking at is particles in the water that are being mixed in the right way so that the bacteria and the particles in the water start to clump together. And that makes them bigger and heavier and denser so they settle out and they're easier to filter.
Gifford also tells us his team has collected ash from actual wildfires that have impacted the state in recent years to run through the filtration prototype to get a better sense of how their system responds to filtering ash from fires.
We'll turn filter 1 onto backwash. If you want to hit that backwash button.
Backwash?
Yep.
Okay. He says the filters are made up of layers of sand and anthracite, which is a type of coal used in water filtration. He says this mixture provides surfaces for bacteria, sediment, and ash to cling to, which helps in the water cleaning process.
And we have 6 of them side by side that we can use to compare different ways of filtering our water. The water comes from the settling basins over in that other unit and then comes into the top of the filters. So the water is coming down through the tops of these and it's filtering down through the layers of anthracite and sand.
We also were shown what even the most contaminated water looks like after being treated by the Water Bureau's new filtration system. And the results look promising. Gifford stresses the improvements to the water treatment will keep Portland's water more prepared for the challenges that may come in a world where wildfires are more frequent.
We talk about drinking water and we're talking about resilience for wildfires, but what we really mean is providing healthy communities. What we're really talking about is helping our people be able to have public health. We're talking about helping our communities be able to be resilient and recover.
Now, the Water Bureau's full-scale filtration and treatment facility is expected to come online by the second half of 2027. Currently, the Portland Water Bureau delivers about 80 million gallons a day to customers and up to 130 million gallons a day in the summer when demand is much higher.
Boy, it's interesting. That technology is fascinating, but what about now, before that filtration system is finished? How do they protect the water?
Yeah, so we were told in a worst-case scenario, if there was some large-scale contamination of the Bull Run Reservoir, that Portland actually has 200 million gallons of in-town water storage that they would be able to tap into should, you know, let's say the water's very contaminated, they have to shut off any kind of, I guess, water delivery from the reservoir. They also have really unique monitoring systems for fires that they've partnered with the U.S. Forest Service with. You know, they have special cameras set up around the area, you know, just so if a wildfire does break out during fire season, they can get on it as fast as possible.
You know, Portlanders really do take pride in the quality of their drinking water, like they compared to other cities and municipalities. So, but it's incredible to see the work that they do to ensure that. So, Adrian, thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks, Adrian. Let's get over to